This is Tiffany Linfield, and today I want to talk about anger. A lot of times when people think of anger, they associate it as a negative emotion, even like a bad emotion. I like to think of anger as energy, sometimes very big energy. It creates an urge to do something, right? Think of the last time you felt angry. You want to push back, defend, fight, confront, or perhaps make dedicated change. The thing is, the energy can be destructive or constructive. We can't necessarily choose whether anger arises, but we can choose which path to channel that energy. We can choose a path of destruction or construction. So when anger arises, the goal is not to get rid of it. Oftentimes, you can't really get rid of it, even if you try. The goal is really to pause long enough to channel it with compassion and intention. And in that pause, I found it's helpful to follow two simple but powerful steps. Step one is to look underneath the anger. Ask yourself, is my anger concealing or protecting something more vulnerable underneath? And the thing about anger, sensitive emotions love to hide beneath the shield of anger because anger is such powerful energy. So, a little sensitive emotion like hurt or pain of rejection, they can tuck underneath and hide very well. So, the first step is really to go underneath the anger and see if there's anything more vulnerable underneath. Maybe fear, shame, grief. Whatever you find, attend to it. If it's fear, confront it. If it's grief, allow yourself to grieve. Nurture whatever you find with compassion, with patience. And then you can move to step two, which is to check back in with the anger. Sometimes, once the more vulnerable emotion has been cared for, the anger will soften. It may even disappear. But if anger remains, get curious about that too. And the question here is to ask, what is my anger telling me? Maybe a boundary needs to be set. Maybe a conversation needs to happen. And remember that the energy of anger can simply be so big that you need to channel some of it outside the triggering event or events like a walk or other exercise, writing, or other forms of art. Anything adaptive that helps you move that energy without causing harm to yourself or others. So, two simple but powerful steps. First, look underneath the anger and care for any vulnerable emotions that you find. And then come back to the anger in step two and ask, what is it telling you and how can you channel it? Let's look at a quick example to kind of sketch this out. Say your friend forgets something very important to you and you immediately feel some anger. Instead of reacting, you pause and go to step one. What's beneath my anger? And you realize that you're actually hurt. The thought underneath is, I'm not important. I don't feel important. You acknowledge that hurt and then give yourself some moments to feel it, to nurture it. And then in step two, you come back to the anger and ask, what is my anger telling me? It tells you that maybe you need to communicate your feelings and ask for more consideration. Not attack your friend, but just say something like, hey, when that happened, I felt hurt and unimportant. Can we talk about it? So the anger didn't disappear, it just pointed you towards a healthier response. I know that's kind of a generic example, but hopefully it sketches out what the steps actually look like in real time. Also, hope that seeing anger as a form of energy that we can choose how to use and channel takes away the negative association anger often has. It makes us realize the power of anger to transform our lives and the lives of those around us with compassion. And my last hope for myself and everyone is that we all use our anger in constructive ways for ourselves and for others. Be well.